Spiderwebs. Terence gripped his desk as Mr. Martin showed another picture of a giant spider. Terence was terrified of spiders. He always had been. Unfortunately, tomorrow's field trip was a spider watching adventure in the woods. Terence couldn't imagine anything more frightening. He was so lost in his fear he didn't even hear the bell ring. "See you all tomorrow," Mr. Martin said. Terence gulped as he stood up and walked towards the door. "Everything all right, Terence?" Mr. Martin asked. Terence shook his head, unable to speak. Mr. Martin narrowed his eyes. "Are you afraid of spiders?" Terence didn't respond, so Mr. Martin continued. "I usually have at least one student each year who doesn't want to go on this field trip. But I can guarantee you'll be amazed at what these spiders can do. Yeah, like eat me," Terence thought, as he left the classroom and headed home. He barely slept that night. Worrying about the field trip, he thought about faking sick to get out of going, but his mom was too smart to fall for that. Besides, she signed the permission slip, so she knew about the trip. As Terence entered the classroom, Mr. Martin smiled. "Everyone ready to be amazed?" He waved them out of the room and to the bus. The trip wasn't long at all, only a few miles. Mr. Martin took them to a wooded area and pointed to a shed in the middle of it. "This has become a spider haven. They build webs all over it." Terence followed his classmates to the shed, his eyes darting everywhere, not wanting to get caught off guard by a spider. Then he saw it. Light glistened off the wet spider webs, hanging everywhere. Their intricate patterns and designs made Terence's mouth drop. For a moment, Terence forgot about the spiders. He was too busy looking at the webs. They were amazing, just like Mr. Martin had said. Then he saw a huge spider. He stepped back until he realized the spider wasn't coming towards him. It was spinning a web. "Look," Terence pointed at the spider, and everyone crowded around him. "Well, this is a treat," Mr. Martin said. He patted Terence on the shoulder. "Good eye, Terence." Terence smiled as he watched how quickly the spiders worked and how beautiful the web became. You know what, Mr. Martin?" "What, Terence?" "Spiders aren't so bad after all. In fact, they're pretty amazing." Spiders. Question 1. Terence was afraid of A. Field trips, B. Insects, C. Forests, or D. Spiders. Question 2. Why did Terence pretend to be sick on the day of the field trip? A. He knew he would be amazed by the spiders. B. He wanted to be with his friends. C. He knew his mother wouldn't believe him. D. Mr. Martin told him to come to school. Question 3. While on the field trip, Terence pointed out A. An intricate spider web, B. A rare species of spiders, C. A spider spinning a web, D. An unusual shaped web. Question 4. What lesson can be learned from this story? A. Many animals are more dangerous than they appear. B. You can overcome your fears. C. You should always listen to parents and teachers. D. The smallest things in life can be the most amazing. Question 5. Read the following passage from the story. Write a definition for each of the underlined words. Use a dictionary if you need help. Mr. Martin took them to a wooded area and pointed to a shed in the middle of it. This has become a spider haven. They build webs all over it. Match each vocabulary word on the left with a definition on the right. Our words are gripped, terrified, faking, guarantee, wooded, haven, off guard, intricate. A. Not paying attention. B. Filled with trees. C. Very afraid, scared. D. Having lots of detail. E. Pretending. F. Grabbed onto. G. Safe place. H. Promise.